Welcome to World Harness Racing, podcast number 45. I'm your host, Rocky Skierman. The complete World Harness Racing ebook is now available at Amazon.com. Finland. Harness racing in Finland is believed to have developed from the practice of neighbors racing their horses against each other on the way home from church. It's also been said that harness racing would eventually become a very popular recreational activity among farmers. The first organized race took place on the ice in Turku in 1817. Almost 50 years later, the state began to support the sport of harness racing, establishing so-called state races. In 1884, private trotting clubs began to surface, and in that same year, the first track on land was completed and ready for racing in Helsinki's Onnenkaila. Into the 1900s, it was the development of the Finnish horse breed, the Finn horse, that sparked the awakening of a national identity. The first Finn horse to be registered in the country's stud book maintained by the Agricultural Administration was the stallion Jukenpoika. Until 1959, only Finn horses were allowed to be raced in Finland. However, early in the 1960s, harness racing, along with pari-mutuel betting, began to grow in popularity, and the sport was promoted as a new form of recreation for city dwellers. New racetracks were built and old ones were renovated, while the addition of imported trotter breeds added new feel to the racing events. Harness racing was being seen as a more professional sport, as light trotting breeds, used specifically for harness racing, such as the Orlov Trotter and the Standardbred, were being introduced. The Ministry of Agriculture defined the Finn horse as an original breed in 1984. The total number of Finn horses had been in steady decline until 1987, but the popularity of harness racing turned Finn horse birth rates around from the historical lows of the 1970s. Let's grow harness racing together. World Harness Racing sponsors include Century Downs Racetrack and Casino, the Prince Edward Island Harness Racing Industry Association, the Hambletonian Society, Meridian Farms taking standardbred racing to new heights, Red Shores Racetrack and Casino, Hanover, the greatest name in harness racing, the province of Prince Edward Island, Standardbred Canada, Woodbine Entertainment, Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment, Hippodrome Three Rivers, Winback Farm, Preferred Equine, Terra Hill Stud, Woodland Stud, and the Raceway at Western Fair District.